It just blows my mind how quickly this year is passing by. I started this YouTube channel in January and it is already almost August. And with it being a new month, that of course means a new upcoming Switch Games video for you all. And this time we're going to talk about the month of August, and I have 12 games to talk about today that I think deserve your attention, as well as another small YouTuber shout out, my favorite small YouTuber of the month. So we're going to get into that first before we get into the list. So be sure and hit that subscribe button so that you can join the RetroWolf88 family. Kick back and relax and get ready for me to take you on a journey through 12 upcoming Nintendo Switch games coming in the month of August 2019. Now really quickly, before we get into the 12 upcoming Nintendo Switch games for the month of August, I want to tell you all about my favorite small YouTube channel of the month, and that YouTube channel is none other than Blazing Camel. This guy, not only is he absolutely hilarious and he has really funny commentary with the games that he plays, but his editing is just on par. It is top-notch, really good editing. And his style of editing really works well with his style of comedy and the way that he does his commentary. He does a lot of really neat editing tricks that add further and further to the humor of his videos. And he plays a lot of very kind of unique, strange games that at least I've never heard of, so I assume a lot of people probably have not heard of them either, such as Totally Unreliable Delivery Service and RimWorld and a bunch of other games that he plays. And the games end up being pretty hilarious. A lot of funny stuff happens, and then when you add on to that his style of comedy within his commentary, it makes for a very entertaining video that I highly suggest you all watch. Again, my favorite of his videos as of late are the Totally Unreliable Delivery Service video and both of his RimWorld videos. Those three videos alone are more than worth your time, and you should definitely dig into some of his older and newer videos as well. So go check out Blazing Camel and consider subscribing if you like his content and interact with him on his videos. I'm sure he would greatly appreciate it. He definitely deserves a lot more attention on his channel than he is getting, because he does an amazing job and he is my favorite YouTuber of the month. I will leave links down below in the description for his YouTube channel, his Twitter, and his Instagram. Go show Blazing Camel some love. You will not regret it. Without further ado, let's get into the list. And first up on the list, we have a game called Pine. Now, I was not able to find a release date for Pine yet. I just know it's coming out in August, and I also was not able to find a price. So if you know the release date and or price, let me know that in the comments down below. Pine is an open world action adventure game that many people think has similarities to Zelda Breath of the Wild. There's a huge open world to explore full of different biomes, puzzles, creatures to fight, factions to interact with, and secrets to find. The combat system adapts to your moves and tactics, and there are a huge number of tools and items to use as you explore and fight. Considering that Zelda Breath of the Wild is one of my favorite games of all time, if this game is anything similar to that, I am sold. Get ready to explore a huge and interesting open world when Pine releases sometime in August. Next up is the budget game on the list, coming to us on August 1st, and that is a game called Stand By, releasing digitally for $4.99. Stand By is a brutally difficult, fast-paced, adrenaline-fueled platformer that requires absolute precision, fast reflexes, and perfect timing as you flow through each vibrant level using moves like sliding, crushing, dashing, and teleporting. Stand By features 54 levels with various twists and gameplay elements in each, and also features a soundtrack that will help increase the intensity. I absolutely love fast-paced precision platformers like this, but at the same time they sure do piss me off. Be patient and stand by while we wait for Stand By to release on August 1st. That was really dumb. Next up on August 7th is a game called Forbidden Arts, releasing to us digitally for $14.99. The Forbidden Arts is a 2.5D action platformer where you explore and discover as you work towards mastery over the fire element. The game features huge environments to explore through 5 worlds with many levels, and you can save the game at any time, which is a nice touch. This game also features 3D gameplay while on the world map, 6 boss fights, over 30 enemies, over 12 hours of gameplay, and a beautiful hand-painted art style. As you progress through the game, you will use fire spells on your foes, while also using fire to keep yourself safe and change the environment as well. The game features many moves to help you flow and navigate each level and combat. There are NPCs, quests, puzzles, secret items and locations, and unlockable abilities. You are not forbidden from trying the forbidden arts when it releases on August 7th. I'm really bad at this. Next up is Subdivision Infinity DX, releasing to us on August 8th for $14.99. Subdivision Infinity DX is a 3D space fighter that features over 30 story missions and several side quests as you navigate this action-packed game full of fights, bosses, and exploration. Take part in huge, tight space combat battles against many enemies as you explore the different locations. As you explore, you will find lost relics, harvest minerals, and craft in an effort to build new ships and equip and enhance your ships with new weapons. Get ready for some huge and intense space battles when Subdivision Infinity DX releases on August 8th. Next up, on August 13th, releasing to us digitally for $14.99 is a game called Exception. This game looks amazing. Exception is a fast-paced and stylized combat platformer where you are inside of a computer trying to defeat viruses. This game looks very fast and very intense, and as you play, the levels will actually transform around you. It features a unique art style that really makes you feel like you're inside of a computer fighting viruses. The game features almost 2 hours of synthwave music from some of the best artists, and it really fits the aesthetic of the game. The more I see of this game, the more I want to play it. I think it looks amazing. Get ready to play this unique, intense, and stylistic platformer when the Exception releases on August 13th. Next up is Friday the 13th, the game Ultimate Slasher Edition, coming to us on August 13th, both physically and digitally for $39.99. In this Friday the 13th multiplayer game, you take on the role of either Jason Voorhees as you attempt to stalk and kill your prey, or one of the counselors as you work together with other players to try and defeat Jason, escape, or wait for help. Playing as Jason gives you access to many abilities that will help you find and kill the counselors. Playing as the counselors, you have to leverage their strengths and weaknesses and work together to find and execute the right strategy. Prepare to kill as Jason or run, fight, and hide as one of the counselors when Friday the 13th, the game Ultimate Slasher Edition, releases on August 13th. Also on August 13th is a game called Never Give Up, releasing digitally for $14.99. Never Give Up is basically a Super Meat Boy clone, which is not a bad thing as long as the controls are tight and precise, just like Super Meat Boy. It is a brutally difficult platformer that requires skill, and each time you complete a level, there's something new added to make it even more difficult. The game features over 250 levels and several massive boss fights. If this game is similar to Super Meat Boy, then I know I will love it, because Super Meat Boy is one of my favorite indie games of all time, and it is the game that got me into indie games. Prepare to die a lot and never give up when Never Give Up releases on August 13th. Next up on August 15th is a really awesome looking game called Cryo Gear, releasing to us digitally for the odd price of $19.89. Here's a game that really caught my eye as a retro gamer. Cryo Gear is a Metroidvania open world pixel platformer full of exploration, new abilities to unlock, and mysteries to uncover. While exploring, you will have plenty of run and gun combat, as well as RPG elements, obstacles to avoid, bosses and enemies to fight, hidden areas to find, mini games to take part in, and loot to acquire. The open world features over 50 areas to explore, and there is a skill tree, crafting system, and lots of equipment, weapons, and abilities for varied combat and play styles. I am loving everything I am seeing about this game, and I do believe this will be a must-buy for me. Get pumped and ready to explore this pixel art, open world, Metroidvania RPG when Cryo Gear releases on August 15th. Next up on August 20th is Rad. I was not able to find a price for this game, so if you know the price, let me know that in the comments down below. Rad is coming to us from Bandai Namco and Double Fine Production, and it is a post-apocalyptic 3D roguelike action game. The world is procedurally generated, and there's even permadeath. So just like any good roguelike, you will have to start over with a new character on a new run every time you die. But as you play, the world will actually transform, and the path forward will open up more and more. As you play, your character will mutate, giving you new abilities that cause you to have have to adapt your play style each time. The more you play, the more bats you unlock, giving you advantages in future runs. Prepare to play this rad looking game when rad releases on August 21st. I am sorry. Also on August 21st is Oninaki releasing to us both digitally and physically for $49.99. Oninaki is an action JRPG coming to us from Square Enix and Tokyo RPG Factory. Get ready to embark on an epic adventure with a complex and enjoyable story as you take part in unique and satisfying action gameplay. You will have no turn-based battles here. Oninaki features fun hack and slash real-time combat with many customization options for your daemons and weapons. There's actually a demo available right now on the eShop for this game, and any progress you make in the demo will carry over to the main game should you decide to purchase it, so I highly recommend checking out that demo. Get ready for an epic action RPG adventure when Oninaki releases on August 21st. Next up on August 30th is The Night Saviors: Return of the Warriors. This is another one that I was not able to locate a price on, so if you know the Nintendo Switch digital price for that game, let me know that in the comments down below. It is time for some awesome arcade beat-em-up action. The Night Saviors: Return of the Warrior is a re-release of an old arcade beat-em-up classic. It features 5 android ninjas to play with, as well as 2 new characters and a 2-player co-op mode. Fight your way through 8 levels and tons of enemies and bosses. The high-resolution pixel art graphics in this game are just stunning, and the beat-em-up gameplay looks absolutely incredible. I've been on the lookout for a good old school beat-em-up like this for a long time, and this game certainly seems to fit that. Unleash your inner android ninja when The Ninja Saviors: Return of the Warriors releases on August 30th. Last but certainly not least is my most anticipated game for the month of August, and it releases on August 30th, and that is Astral Chain, coming to us from Nintendo and Platinum Games, releasing both physically and digitally for $59.99. In Astral Chain, you control 2 characters at once as you alternate between various legions and skills during this fluid and synergistic action combat game. The following information comes to us straight from Nintendo.com. Players can control the protagonist and a special weapon called a legion simultaneously, building stylish combos by using both characters in tandem. There are multiple legions in the game, each with different combat styles and abilities. Players can even strategically change between legions at will during real-time battles. This apocalyptic setting is full of intricate details and interesting characters, including citizens and suspects you can interact with in the city, others in the Special Police Task Force, and your twin sibling. Use the abilities of the Legion not only in battle, but also for investigating cases and solving environmental puzzles. Uncover the secrets of the alternate dimension called the Astral Plane, where the mysterious invaders originate. This is absolutely a day one purchase for me, and you will be able to enjoy this amazingly awesome action game from one of the best action game developers, Platinum Games, when Astral Chain releases on August 30th. Now, these next 3 games, before we close out the video, they have already released on the Nintendo Switch digitally, but I wanted to announce the physical editions of these games will all be coming out in the month of August. On August 6th, we have Enter the Gungeon releasing physically for $29.99. Enter the Gungeon is an amazing roguelike game that you should all definitely check out. Then also on August 6th for $39.99 is Guacamelee 1-2 Punch Edition, which features both Guacamelee 1 and 2 on 1 cartridge, releasing physically. And lastly, on August 27th, we have the Collection of Mana releasing physically on the Nintendo Switch for $39.99. So I highly recommend that you all check out these games, especially if you're collectors and you want a physical version of them, which I will be picking up all 3. So there you have it, folks. 12 Nintendo Switch games coming out in the month of August that I think deserve your attention. Let me know in the comments down below if any of these 12 games look interesting to you and why, and also let me know in the comments down below if I missed any games that are coming out in August that you think should have been featured in this video. There are a lot of games that come out. Inevitably what happens is a lot of the games don't even get announced until the month they're released. That happens quite a bit. So I will of course miss some games. That happens every video. That's perfectly fine. Also, I want to give a quick shout out in case you didn't notice. I'm wearing a official Gaming Off the Grid t-shirt. I'll leave a link to their channel in the description down below as well. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like. It helps out the channel a lot. And if you're not subscribed, join the RetroWolf family. I would love to have you. Until next time, keep playing games and having a good time, and I will see you all in the next video.